And we are live. Hey guys, this is Rob from RB1S Studios in Marshfield, Massachusetts. And we're doing our December 2022 update today. And we're just going to cover down on a few subjects that are apparent here at the studios. And we want to give everyone the rundown of what's been going on and what's going to be going on for the next several weeks. As we're into December now, we're heading out of fall into winter, into the holiday season. We hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. We know we did. So we're rolling things ahead a little bit. There's a few more weeks left to go until Christmas, Hanukkah, and New Year's, and into 2023. And we're looking ahead to what's going to be happening here at RB1S Studios. We'll get into some of these things a little bit later on in our recording here. We decided to cut a quick video, bring everybody up to speed, what's been going on and what to expect in the upcoming weeks. And as we head through this holiday season and as it's getting colder, and at least here in the Boston area, the rain and warmer weather tends to dissipate and it gives into colder and much whiter in winter conditions with snow and ice and all kinds of stuff. So, which actually, for us here at the studios, it's much more conducive to actually sitting at the bench and working on models. And a lot of our subject matter has to do with winter conditions and stuff like that, because one of the things we do here when we are at the hobby bench on the weekends, that, a lot of our subjects, a lot of our projects and whatnot, we don't know if a lot of people do this, but we do. It's weather conducive. So I think we have mentioned it once before in another video, but we're looking at some winter whitewash, specifically Tiger 1, Abteilung 502, early initial tigers and all that sort of thing. Winter whitewash. We have a couple different projects that we have lined up, and we're going to be moving forward with those because we're going to be able to have a little bit more time at the bench. Of course, we have mentioned before and several times is that our bench time, our hobby time is somewhat limited. It's restricted to weekends only, and only Saturday afternoons and Sundays like today. And even then, it's not uncommon for us to have a plan to be at the bench, and all of a sudden, with a snap of a finger, those plans change, or they're changed for us, and we don't have a say in the matter. So a lot of times, our modeling gets interrupted, and it's several weeks can go by, and we're not at the hobby bench. But we're ready to get back into it right now and give it another shot. So we have a few new projects coming up. A few new things coming up. One of the things we want to touch upon today is set your calendars for some of you local guys living in the Boston area watching this video, that on the 17th of December, we're going to be hosting, RB1S Studios will be hosting a live in-person build session in Yankee Swap for Christmas. And we're going to be working together with our fellow modelers from a local AMPS chapter, Nordland AMPS. So it's going to be a combined effort between RB1S Studios and Nordland AMPS. We're going to be doing a live build session and Yankee Swap for Christmas, and it's going to be held at VFW in Marshfield here locally. We're penciled in. We're actually, it's etched in stone now. We're definitely going to do it. But we're looking forward to it. It's going to be a little bit of a reunion to get together with some of our fellow AMPS members from a local chapter that we helped found in 1998. It's been 25 plus years of between fronting that particular model club and working on our own for the last 2 years here at the RB1S Studios. But we've decided that our little bit of a reunion is in store, and it would be great to get together right before Christmas and the holidays and get some modeling in, a day of modeling. Again, VFW Marshfield is going to be run from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. And we're going to have a great day. It's always better for us to be working with fellow modelers, because we're used to that environment of a monthly model meeting where it's hands-on working on kits. Sometimes we do a demonstration or a how-to, say for instance groundwork or vegetation, or how to airbrush or something like that. We've done it all, and but this will be a great groundbreaking effort, a good combined effort between Nordland Amps and Red Beach One Studios, and we're looking forward to seeing everyone and getting together. Again, if you have any questions about that, please say something in the comment or send us a DM or a PM or something like that if you want to get involved in it. We're probably looking ahead into 2023. We're probably going to be doing more of these live build sessions, but we'll keep everybody informed. But the 17th of December is going to be the very first one, and we're definitely looking forward to that, which is going to roll things into our next discussion here. Is a bit of like, I don't want to say replacement value involved there, but there is. Excuse me. Since normally on Sundays, and for a while, the last year, up until about 6 months ago, we're running the Red Beach One Studios Sunday morning coffee hours, which featured a live stream, and we invited in guests and had some of our fellow modelers from all across, including people like Scott Gentry from the Plastic Posse podcast. We had Rick Lawler on here, Steve Munsell from Value Gear on here, Ivan Jensen Taylor from the Triple P was one of our last guests before things started to change here with our equipment, and unfortunately, but for the past 6 months we've been resting, refitting, rebuilding, planning to get some new equipment in here. We ordered up a new iMac Pro M1 laptop or whatnot. We're on a wait list, and then it was 6 to 8 weeks of waiting, 6 to 8 months of waiting, 6 to 8 weeks from production to finality, and then 2 days before our laptop was supposed to arrive at the store, the local Apple store in Hingham, Massachusetts, some asswipe decided to drive an SUV into the Apple store, crashing the vehicle into the building, killing people, injuring people, and in the process pretty much wiped out our laptop, or our ability to get a laptop. So unfortunately, the laptop that we were supposed to get went back to the manufacturer, and because it was damaged in this riff-raff, and it actually made local news, national news, and if you don't believe us, check it out. Apple Store, Hingham, Massachusetts, insane driver drove an SUV into a building. You might even want to call it a terrorist act, because that's how we look at it. But anyway, long story short, we're out of the laptop that we were supposed to get. We're currently being processed to get a replacement. And then hopefully that doesn't include another 6 to 8 months worth of waiting. We've been on the phone with Apple and dealing with that for the past 2-3 weeks now, and unfortunately it's set us back. It's set the coffee hours back, because we just don't have the ability to do it with the current equipment that we have. So we're just going to have to wait once again. So we're putting off the coffee hours until after the new year. There's nothing we can do about it. This is beyond our control. Unfortunately, we have nothing to do with this, and unfortunately, we're now a victim too. So it is what it is. So we're looking for replacement content, and the hands-on build session at the VFW Marshfield on the 17th of December is going to cover a lot of bases. It's going to bring everybody together. We're going to get some model time in. We're going to have a great time, and it will serve as replacement content for the lack of having a Sunday morning coffee hour, at least for that day. So in the meantime, we're going to be doing we're going to change things up a little bit. We're going to be bringing in some new content, some new podcasts, some new people that we're starting to follow, and we're getting support back from them. So we want to give a shout out to the Modelers Miscreant podcast, Rob Reviezzo, and some of the guys there. Mike Sacklin, we want to give a shout out to him, and some of the other guys from that podcast, Modelers Miscreant Podcast. We're going to be doing some fellow support. They're down in New York, New Jersey, fellow East Coast podcasters featuring armor modeling. They were at ArmorCon this past October. Great bunch of guys. They have a podcast. You'll be seeing some of their podcast being promoted on Red Beach One Studios social media, whether it's our Telegram channel or elsewhere. We're going to help support them because they're being supportive of us. In fact, they gave us on their last episode, they gave Red Beach One Studios a big shout out from the ArmorCon. It was a recap of the ArmorCon show. And we want to thank Rob Reviezzo for giving us the big shout out. That was dynamite. We definitely like that. So that was a definite, feather in our cap for the day and for the rest of the week. We're definitely proud of that. So some information is starting to get out there. And just like everything else, is an ebb and flow. Just like, we live near the Atlantic Ocean here, guys. We live right near the beach. We're probably 2 to 3 miles away from the Atlantic. So, not that we're beach dwellers or beach combers, but we're not too far from the ocean. So, and we live in a coastal town. So anyway, that's that. And, we're quite happy with that. But anyway, moving forward, this past week we have had several different care packages arrive here at the studios. We took advantage of some of the Black Friday sales and specials. A lot of the manufacturers' product lines. We got several different packages throughout the week, which we're quite impressed with. We'll get to all of them, and we'll cover down on some of our social media platforms. We can't get to all of them today during this video for like the show and tell or whatnot. We want to kind of press pause on that. We'll get back to it later on. When we get to the project we're on, we'll introduce the new products that we got. But we did get some new gear, some new equipment, or whatever, from AK Interactive in Spain. We feature a lot of their products. We got some of the Abteilung 502 artist oils. We finally got a set of those Marta Kolinsky brushes, the very fine brushes for painting figures. We're excited about that. We got a set of the AK weathering pencils. We've tried them out before in some of their smaller sets, but we got the complete set, so it has the complete spectrum of colors, weathering pencils, and we're quite excited about that. And we got a few other things, some real colors that we needed to have, real colors, and some of the third generation acrylics. We're always getting some of those, and we're quite impressed. We're very happy with AK products, and in fact, we sponsor them and feature them quite often here. You'll notice that we have a tendency to lean towards them. We look at them as being sort of the underdog of some of the larger product manufacturers like them. But we also received another care package from Ammo of Mig Jimenez, which is obviously AK's competition, and both AK and Ammo both share a common ground. And it is what it is. It's politics of business, let's say. But we like them both. We like to try out both product lines and see which one works best, and we'll be focusing some attention on that. But we did get some goodies, some solution box type stuff, and some masking materials from Ammo. We're going to try those out on some upcoming projects and see how they work. We're going to compare them to the AK products, see which one works best. Let's see if all the hype of either company lives up to it. One of the things that we did get, where we haven't got it yet, it's en route. It will be here fairly soon. But we decided to try out VMS over in Poland, and we ordered some things from them on their Black Friday sale. So we're waiting to get some of their supplies and different things. We decided to try out some of the stuff, some of the things we might have been seeing in Martin Kovac's Uncle Night Shift videos, how-to videos that he uses in his product lines. We've also seen that Mike Rinaldi is now going to start using some VMS products in some of his live streams. So that prompted us to make the move. Vantage Modeler Supply, VMS over in Poland. So we're going to start promoting their product line and see how it works. This is our first trial run with them. This will be our first order with VMS, so it'll be interesting to see how well it goes and see if we can develop a little bit of a relationship with them moving forward. And so anyway, we also, yesterday, during a crazy rain and windstorm here in the Boston area, we got a care package from our buddies down there in Florida, Tank Raft. Some new cutting mats, a set of we can actually show this right here, but a set of the 3D printed Pro Tracks for the Tiger One Late. We got a set of those. And we got ourselves a new t-shirt and a couple cutting mats. Great order, great service. And a big shout out to Brad down there at Tank Raft for the special Black Friday discounts and being expedient and getting those things out to us right away and stuff. And we're definitely happy about that. And we've also been working together with Mike Rinaldi and Rinaldi Studio Press, promoting his Tank Art series and SM series of books. He's penned a new contract deal with Casemate Publications, and they're now distributing RSP, or Tank Art SM books. So everything that's currently in print is now available through Casemate or RSP. And Mike had a special Black Friday sale, 40% off all current stock and then pre-orders. So we took advantage of that, and we've been working closely with Mike in getting new updated Tank Art books. And so we got Tank Art 1 a few weeks ago. We did a pre-order on Tank Art 2, the newest revision. That's at the printer right now, so we're expecting that to arrive sometime in December. And then we also picked up a copy of Tank Art 3, which is Modern Armor. So we're generally happy with that. We've known Mike Rinaldi for quite some time. In fact, he was a customer of ours going back in the day when Red Beach 1 Studios was Alpenflage Hobbies back in the original format. We were selling on eBay, and we had a website, and we were doing a lot of vending and stuff like that. And Mike used to buy model cast and track links and full tracks and different accessories, gun barrels, all sorts of stuff, Aber, photo etch, different things and whatnot. So Mike Rinaldi and I have had, a great friendship over the years, and we definitely support him in his live streams and support him on Patreon as well. And we're supporting his books for his new adventure. And some of the new books that will be coming out from RSP, we have to keep a little bit of a lid on that. We'll let Mike decide when to announce that, and we'll just follow his lead. But we're definitely happy to be working with Mike Rinaldi. He's a great friend of ours, great guy, and he does some incredible live streaming and how-to videos over there on YouTube and on Patreon, so we like to support him as well. And it's definitely, something to look forward to here. It puts us in step with the modern times, and we're working towards getting someplace to that level ourselves with our production. And at some point in time, you'll notice there'll be an ecological, geological shift here at Red Beach 1 Studios, and you'll see a natural progression. It won't be the Fisher-Price version that you're seeing right now. It's going to be quite glamorous, shall we say. But anyway, things to look forward to. We've had a couple little setbacks, namely the laptop, but we're trying to gloss over that and just move on, because in combat, shit happens. You take casualties, you got to patch wounds, and you got to continue on with the mission, and you got to take out the enemy, regardless. Sometimes there's a surprise involved, and yeah, we got a surprise, but you have to learn to adapt, overcome, and overwhelm the enemy while all that stuff is going on. And not everything is combat, but that's how we look at it. We're Marine Corps here, Marine Corps veteran here, so that's why we hang out at the local VFW, and we do a lot of things to support veterans, and because we're a veteran ourselves, and we know that the hobby, regardless of what genre of modeling you're doing, at least for us, it's armor, figures, and diorama, and that's the thing that we tend to lean towards and gravitate to. We're posting up our personal interests and sharing them with everybody else. Sometimes everybody else likes the same thing, And one of the things that's been brought to our attention lately is the fact that, we're copying other people's stuff. Well, it's because we like the same thing. If Ryefield Models comes out with a brand new Tiger 1 tank or a Panther tank or some other kit, Stug, or a Leopard 2 with full interior or something, and we broadcast it on one of our pages or social media as a new announcement, yeah, it's because we like that stuff. That's what we do. That's what RB1S Studios does. We sell that material. We look for marketing strategies in the hobby. It's not just building the models, it's the model kits and manufacturers and product lines themselves. It goes on and on and on. We have 20 plus years experience with this stuff, and we're just now personally getting back to the hobby end of the hobby. So we're experiencing it all, and that's our branding. That's RB1S Studios branding. We're not copying anybody else. We're doing what we like to do, and we're sharing what our interests with everybody else. So if our followers get a little huffy or they get unhappy with what we're doing and they move on to someplace else, that's fine with them. That's their choice. But when we start getting accused of copying and replicating other people's stuff, no. There's a time to draw the line and say, we're not going any further with that. We're not doing this to create rivalries. We're trying to make friends and socialize and build a community brick by brick. Now, building a community is about cross promotions, at least from our perspective, where, we're supporting Mike Rinaldi, we're supporting Rick Lawler, we're supporting several other different pages or podcasts or that kind of stuff. The idea is that if you're supporting them and promoting them, if they like the fact that you're doing that, then they return the favor and help promote you, and that's how it works. That is community building. And when you preach all that sort of thing over and over, whether it's on video or a podcast and all this other stuff about community building, that's generally how it works. And we're not about one is better than the other, or my stuff is better than your stuff. That's not how it works. And if you have that type of mentality, it's time to grow up. Put on the big boy pants, put on your friggin' jock strap, and get in the game. Because, you know what? We're all in this together. It's a small hobby, but social media and social media platforms, whether it's Telegram, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, we're on all four. And that's the level of attention that we're giving, because we recognize that social media has expanded the hobby. It's brought everyone from around the world closer together. And if everyone has, or some people have similar or the same interests, doesn't it make that a little bit better and more enjoyable to find out like somebody over in like the UK or Russia or Germany likes the same things that you like? Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. And especially across the whole United States, where different geographical locations or whatnot, whether you're on the East Coast, West Coast, or someplace in between, if people like the same subject matter, don't you think that you gravitate towards those kind of people? I do. That's what we do. And we're generally happy to be doing what we're doing. We've caught a little bit of flack here and there. But we also notice that those same people that did all the gripes, made all the complaints, they're the ones that aren't with us anymore. And they did it all in concert across social media platforms. So we're calling them out. But you know what? We're ready to move on. We're not even going to bat an eyelash about it, because we're doing our own thing. If somebody doesn't like it, so be it. If you like what we do, you stick with us, so be it too. And we appreciate all the support, and everyone that's subscribed or following or liked any of our videos or any of our content or any of our social media. We recognize you as being a good friend, and we admire your support. We thank you for your support, and moving forward, we hope that you're still going to be with us at going ahead. And if we gain new people, that's even better. But we realize that some people get a little bit disgruntled, they get a little tired, they get a little disinterested maybe. Maybe if the shoe doesn't fit them, it's time to move on to something else. Besides, we live in a throwaway environment anyway, where everything new lasts just so long, flavor of the month, and then it's time to throw it out the window and buy a new one, or throw it in the trash bucket, get a new one. Well, yeah, we all do that. So we're moving ahead. Red Beach One Studios is here to stay. We might be doing things differently in the future than we're doing right now, and that's the ultimate goal, is to improve as you go along, and not drag your feet and cry wolf all the time, because people get sick and tired of hearing that too. So anyway, we like to run with the wolves and create a wolf pack. We're not going to be dancing around the campfire and twirling our hands around and Disco Johnny type of stuff. That's not Red Beach One Studios. And that's something else we want to point out, is that, yeah, we're from the Boston area, we're from the East Coast, and we might do something a little bit different than other people do. And I think most people respect that. And the people that don't, we don't want you around. So we're recording this, and this is our little rant for the day. But we wanted to get that information out there to you guys, because we have a goal in mind here at Red Beach One Studios, and that's to bring great content and good information and share our own personal interests with everybody. We like to promote. Cross-promotion is great, because if you give something to somebody and they give it back in some other way, that's how a community works. That's being a good friend, and you earn your respect by doing that. If you choose favorites or play Sunny Day Friend, or like, we don't like what you're doing because you're copying us, you know what? Flush out your headgear in adios, amigo. So anyway, guys, this is Rob from Red Beach One Studios, and we're going to enjoy our Sunday. We're going to be at the hobby bench today. We're going to get some modeling in. We wanted to cover down on a bunch of stuff. We will be back. We'll be cutting some videos up in the future. There might be a little bit different format than what you're seeing right now. We have some new things coming, new adventures to recon, do some recon on. We've got good things coming up. We're always going to be constantly changing here, and at least to the best of our ability. And we want to bring the aspect of armor modeling, figures, and diorama to you, so you guys can enjoy something, hopefully learn something, and you can share in the wealth. So heading into the holidays, guys, this is Rob from Red Beach One Studios. We're signing out. Have a great weekend and enjoy your Sunday.